Good morning everyone. Myself Monisa Chan from Rama College of Nursing as a nursing tutor or clinical instructor. Today I am going to discuss with you that is topic is anemia in pregnancy. So now we can start with definition or how we will define anemia in pregnancy. So we can define as it is decrease oxygen demand, decreased oxygen carrying capacity, in blood due to below HB level या down HB level, below HB percentage or level. So we can define is decrease oxygen carrying capacity due to hemoglobin in the blood, that is called anemia in pregnancy, because in anemia only red blood cell is responsible for our hemoglobin level. So in anemia hemoglobin only depends on in HB percentage. HB we can classify as gram per DL. If HB is below 11 gram per DL, या more than या less than 11 gram per DL, that is called anemia. Or in during pregnancy anemia is very crucial. So if anemia in pregnancy, if blood is very low, then it will becomes as it is anemia in pregnancy. So next is we will define as a classification, how we will classify anemia. So we will classify in two types. First one is pathologic, second one is physiologic or physiological we can say. In physiological or physiologic, so many types are defined or so many types of anemia is defined. First one is deficiency. In deficiency, so many types of anemia is there. First one is iron deficiency. If we are having less iron, then it will convert it as iron deficiency anemia. Next one is folic acid. So that is due to lack of iron intake during pregnancy, that will lead to iron deficiency anemia. Or if we are not taking proper supplement during pregnancy, then our folic acid level is also low, so that will call folic acid anemia. Or due to folic acid, decreased folic acid level in the body, that will affect our hemoglobin level. So it will depends on folic acid intake, how much intake we are taking during pregnancy. Main focus today's topic is mainly in pregnancy. Otherwise anemia we can define as a normal also in teenage girls, adult age, but today's we are discussing in during pregnancy or in pregnancy. The mother who is pregnant, we can classify into two types, pathological or physiological. In physiologicals, if iron deficiency is there, then it will come because of in pregnancy so many hormonal changes are there. So in hormonal changes, mothers is not taking proper amount of food like iron, vitamins, minerals. So due to that lack of intake, it will affect our body. So in body iron is less, so blood is not responding properly, so it will cause iron deficiency anemia. So we are discussing with classification. First I told you that deficiency with which is deficiency is occurring, that is called deficiency anemia या iron deficiency anemia or folic acid. And mainly if vitamin B12 is lack, then vitamin deficiency anemia is also occur during pregnancy. Then next one is hemorrhagic. If any hemorrhage occur, in any bleeding substance occur, or any shock will happen during pregnancy, that will also affect to affect our mother body. That will lead to anemia because of their cause is APH, antepartum hemorrhage. During pregnancy, if mother is having antepartum hemorrhage, yeah, so that will also lead to anemia or severe anemia, we can say. Severe anemia, we can say, it will happen if APH is occur. Then next one is postpartum hemorrhage. After delivery or during puerperium period, after delivery or during puerperium period, after delivery or during puerperium period, puerperium period we can say like that, considering baby till 2 6 week is called puerperium period. In this period, if any hemorrhage occur or any bleeding will occur from uterus or anywhere of the internal uterine system, so that will also lead to anemia, or the mother will have less hemoglobin in their body. So next is hereditary. Hereditary means, hereditary in the sense we can say it is generation to generation, like sickle cell anemia or sickle cell anemia. Next one is, we can say, thalassemia. That will occur generation to generation. If previous history, we can check previous history. In previous history, we can see that if any family members is having previous history like thalassemia, sickle cell anemia, so next generation also can affect with this sickle cell anemia or thalassemia. That will comes under our hereditary. Next is bone marrow. If in our body bone marrow cells is there, or that is red bone marrow is present in our body. So if in bone marrow it will affect, then bone marrow transplantation is needed, or bone marrow transformation, or we can do. But this will see in rare case or in pregnancy, or rare case of that bone marrow anemia will affect only in rare cases. Most of the day, if we are not treating this deficiency, hemorrhagic, hereditary, then will affect with bone marrow. In that, stem cell we need to remove, or stem cell we need to transplant or transfer to the mother. Then only we can treat with bone marrow anemia या bone marrow transplantation. Next one is neoplasm. Means if we are not treating this anemia, severe anemia, then that will affect also our kidney. That will further we can lead with chronic renal failure, or kidney damages also happen due to lack of hemoglobin in red blood cell or RBC cell. That will cause neoplasm. Next one is infection. If mother is having more and more infection in their body, that will also affect mother during pregnancy. Like if mother is having malaria, means viral infection is there, malaria will only affect with viral infection. If mother is having malaria, if we are not treating malaria during pregnancy, that will also lead to iron deficiency anemia or anemia in pregnancy. Next is tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is bacterial infection. If we are not treating mother with tuberculosis with bacteria, we are not treating in pregnancy, that will also affect through mother, that will lead to anemia, or pregnancy will affect. So this is all about this classification of anemia in pregnancy. After classification, next we will deal with common causes in anemia, या common causes during anemia in pregnancy. First of all, that is increased demand of iron during pregnancy. Increased demand of iron. if we are not giving proper iron during pregnancy, that will affect our or cause anemia in pregnancy. Next one is in decrease the intake of food. Decrease intake of food or iron supplement या iron. In pregnancy, because of hormonal changes, first 3 months is very crucial for mother because she is not taking proper food in a proper manner, or she is not taking proper diet because of she is having nausea and vomiting sensation. If she are taking lots of food, then she will vomit again. So she is escaping to take food. That will also, if she is not taking proper food or iron supplement, that will also cause anemia. Next one is decrease absorption of iron. It means if she is taking food or she is taking iron supplement, but because of their body changes or their physiological body changes, systemic body changes, the iron absorption is not proper, that will also cause anemia, or that will also lead to anemia. Next one we will discuss with degrees. How we will calculate with degree, that we can discuss. Degree we will divide it into 3 types: mild, moderate and severe. First one is mild, second one is moderate, and third one is severe. That is anemia we can classify or divide it into 3 types, in 3 degrees. First one is mild, second one is moderate, third one is severe. In mild, if hemoglobin is 7 to 10 gram per dl, that will comes under mild. If hemoglobin is 7 to 8 gram per dl, that will comes under moderate anemia. In severe, if hemoglobin is less than 7 or less than 7, that will cause severe anemia, severe anemia deficiency in pregnancy. So with this way we can identify mother is having which types of anemia, which degree of anemia, whether it is mild or moderate or severe. We can identify with their hemoglobin level. If hemoglobin level is less than hemoglobin level is 7 to 10, or that will comes under mild. Next one is moderate. If hemoglobin level is 7 to 8 or 7 to 8 or 7 to 9, that will comes under moderate. If hemoglobin level is less than 6 or 7, that will comes under severe anemia in pregnancy. So in this way we can identify, we can divide anemia in whether mother is having mild, moderate or severe anemia. So this is all about degrees of anemia, how we will divide into in gram per dl, we can identify the anemia condition. Next we will discuss with complication. Complication of anemia in pregnancy. What are the complication of anemia in pregnancy? So we can for complication also we can divide it into 2 types. Like in 2 way we can divide it: during pregnancy or during labor. During pregnancy or during labor. If complication in during pregnancy, what are the complication is there? First one is maybe sometimes heart failure is there. If anemia is very severe, it will affect our heart, or it will affect mother heart, so heart failure is also there. And next one is preeclampsia. Preeclampsia is our blood pressure is more than 140 by 90 mm of Hg, that is called preeclampsia. If anemia is very severe, that will also cause preeclampsia during pregnancy. Or in this two topics is there, eclampsia and preeclampsia. Eclampsia is just opposite to preeclampsia. Eclampsia means in eclampsia also BP is same like preeclampsia, but in eclampsia one more important thing is there, seizures is there. Seizures is there with BP, severe seizures or severe dizziness is there, that is called eclampsia. That is also there in complication, or that is also will affect our pregnancy or anemia. Next is intercurrent infection, means if we are treating heart failure, if we are treating preeclampsia, or if we are treating other causes, in between other infection if will occur, that is called intercurrent infection. That is also one more complication during pregnancy. Next one is during labor. If mother is in during labor, what all the complication will occur? First one is uterine inertia. Inertia means, first of all we will see that an inertia. What is inertia? Uterine inertia means if uterus is stiffed, means uterus is constrict, we cannot treat properly with uterus, so that is called inertia, or we can say it uterine inertia. Next one is PPH. During labor PPH also will happen, that is also one more complication. Next one is cardiac failure, because of due to lack of hemoglobin या below HB level, that will also cause cardiac failure, because cardiac volume is very low, because due to lack of hemoglobin, so that will also cause cardiac failure. Next one is shock. Yes, blood volume is very low because of anemia, so that will also cause, that will one more complication is there, that is called shock. So that's all about our complications. Next we will discuss with treatment. What are the treatment we can give during pregnancy, during anemia in pregnancy? We will see with treatment. So in treatment, first of all, we will give oral iron or folic acid supplement to the mother. We can assist or we can give oral supplement to the mother. Next one is we can give 200 mg ferrous sulfate FeSO4 3 times daily up to till the time anemia is cured, hemoglobin till the hemoglobin is the normal value, till then we can give 200 mg FeSO4 ferrous sulfate to the mother every day, 3 times in a day, till hemoglobin level is normal. That time that time we will give 200 mg ferrous sulfate to the mother. After that, for supplementation we can give supplement dose, we can give 1 tablet daily up to 100 days. Along with this 200 mg ferrous sulfate we will give, till then HB level is normal. After that we will give 1 tablet daily up to 100 days for treating anemia in proper manner during pregnancy. Next one is we will not give a blood transfusion. We will give if anemia is not curable or not treatable with any kind of treatment, then we will go with blood transfusion, blood transfer. Blood transfer transfusion. On blood transfusion only we can give if anemia is not treatable with treatment or any other supplementation or food, then we will go for blood transfusion, or we can go for any other treatment like bone marrow transplantation or bone stem cell transplantation. That is rare case. If I told you that thalassemia is a rare case, in thalassemia will affect only in rare cases, that time only we will go for blood transfusion and stem cell transfusion. Otherwise we will treat with we can say that we will treat with iron supplementation, medicine, or with food we can also treat anemia. So that is all about treatment of anemia in pregnancy. Next we will discuss with nursing management. How we will nursing management, how we will do anemia, how we will manage anemia with pregnancy in nursing management. What is the role of nurse to maintain anemia? So next we will discuss with nursing management in anemia in pregnancy. So first of all we will assist the mother or assist the patient to for nutritional intake or status, what are the nutrition she is taking or what are the status is there after taking nutrition, that is also we need to assess. Next point is assess for if mother is having any sign and symptoms, for like how to assess mother, what a kind of complaints he is saying or what kind of a complaints he is saying in front of doctors or in front of nurses. So assess for fatigue. If she says that she is having very much tired in very soon time or in very less time, that is also we need to assess. Next one is anorexia. Anorexia means lack of appetite. Lack of appetite means lack of food demand. Lack of food means anorexia means lack of appetite or lack of food. If she is not taking proper food, that is called anorexia or a lack of food intake, lack of appetite. Next is pallor. Pallor means color changes there in body, either in nails, face, pale color will happen, that is all, that is pallor. Next is sore tongue, means in tongues also some infection is there, or sore means rashes is there, that is called sore throat, that is also we need to assess. Then nausea and vomiting also need to assess. Next one is we can assess for stomatitis. Infection or inflammation of the mucous membrane of the mouth is called stomatitis, that is also we need to assess. Next is some sign of infection. Along with this, if any other sign of infection is also there, that is also we need to assess in nursing management. Next, if mother is complaining about severe pain, that is also need to focus with mother. If mother says that she is having very severe pain, that is also need to assess. Next one is, next we need to assess for observe hemolytic result, laboratory result, which is for blood test or hemoglobin level also we need to assess. Next one, we can encourage mother to take or we can say mother to take high rich food which is rich in iron or green leafy vegetables, we can say. That will also we need to assess for mother, or encourage to take high food which is contain high vitamins, iron, folic acid, like green leafy vegetables, fish, meat, egg, like substance, pulse, cereals, they can also need to encourage to take for mother. Next one is, next we can say to mother, if mother want to take rest, allow to take rest as much as possible, she can take rest. So in this way we can manage or we can do nursing management for anemia in pregnancy. Next or last is WHO statement, WHO state. What WHO says, that is transfusion should be prescribed only for condition in which there is no other treatment. Means if not possible to treat with medical, nursing management, any other management, or not treat with any kind of supplement also, then after that only we can go for transfusion. That statement came from WHO. If there is no treatment possible for anemia in pregnancy, then only we can go for blood transfusion or stem cell transfusion या stem cell transfer. Then and next and last, WHO declare 1st May 2010 onwards they have declared that is Scientific Anemia Day. So 1st May 2010 onwards we are celebrating, or we can say that the day is World Scientific Anemia Day. We can call it as Anemia Day also, that is 1st May. We will count it as a Anemia Day. So that's all about today's topic.